Salve a tutti ragazzi, buon pomeriggio e ben ritrovati sul canale di Luchino Pennellino 82. Siamo sempre qua su Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Oggi riprendiamo dove ci eravamo lasciati oggi con il cameriere, che dobbiamo fare il cameriere. Siamo disarmati, quindi tecnicamente non dovrebbero dirci niente. Proviamo ad andare a vedere. Siamo camerieri.
Get out of my sight!
Non so da dove c'è da entrare.
Be careful.
The city council will be convening soon. I better get a move on.
Dove si entra da qua? Qua c'è il grimaldello.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming. What's wrong with him?
È ubriaco.
He got as drunk as a lord. Totally pie-faced. Then he fell into a ditch, and now he's staggering around the streets, God knows where.
I might have expected. Once, he turned up with a hangover, and as soon as he smelt wine, he threw up all over the chapel door. I told him if that ever happened again, he was for the boot. Oh, well, you'll have to take his place for today. I've no time to find someone else. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. There is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have. Hose are good. You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your other stuff. You won't be needing it anyway. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're running around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you
Ma noi
know
non
what your
abbiamo
duties
acciaio.
are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Voglio
I'll
imparare.
happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine.
White or red, by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarjitz, you must not pour at all.
A
When he
consigliere
drinks,
niente.
he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarjit stays dry.
And if the
Ole.
king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
Remember who wants what?
That too, but more importantly, do not disturb the councillors at their work.
Sapevo che dovevo mettere altro, però vabbè,
And in
mettiamo anche
general,
questo.
a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Ho
Absolutely.
capito tutto.
I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone
diventeremo
can serve the
conti.
king of Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Olè, andiamo a servire Allora, ordini. Un ospite ti chiamerà e alzerà la mano per ordinare del vino. Vino bianco toccaio, vino rosso del monastero. Sul tavolo nell'angolo della stanza troverai 2 brocchi di vino. Prendi quella che contiene il vino richiesto dall'ospite e portalo al tavolo. Il dialogo attiverà l'appelazione. Ok. Non far aspettare gli ospiti troppo a lungo e non versare loro del vino diverso da quello. Olè! Chissà che bordello faremo.
There are the pictures of wine. Hopefully I won't splash anyone's shoes.
Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the
Perché che mi ha chiesto vino rosso adesso che non ho visto un cazzo?
Use that thing. That Hackenbücher.
Come now, waiter. I want it
Can you
red.
believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott.
Come now,
It is eine
waiter. I
Schande
want it
when
red.
outlaws have better weapons than the
Non me
city
lo fa versare.
garrison. And Herr König surely
Perché non me lo
knows
fa
this too.
versare?
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads
shut that
do
down,
not
Peter.
realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The dry devil is running free. There are
Allora, qua abbiamo dei
everywhere
problemi
in the
tecnico-tattici.
region. We have the army bearing.
Perché è 3 ore che ero lì che... Anche perché tecnicamente la brocca rossa è vino rosso, la brocca bianca è vino bianco. Non mi dà l'opzione di versargli il vino. Dopo ovviamente si incazza.
The city reserves are in urgent need of new weapons. Unversüchlich. Our current Waffenarsenal is a joke, and on top of
Boy,
that,
I'd
the
like some
army
white.
was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve
Quello là.
have worse weapons than any räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that
Boy,
thing.
are you deaf or something?
That
Wine.
Hackenbücher.
White.
Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them,
E non me lo
since you're a
verso.
gunsmith.
I apologise,
What
sir.
are you implying,
Which
Friedrich?
one?
All I'm
Tokai.
saying is that
That's
they
the
had
white.
them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande
ma se
when
non me lo
outlaws
versi-
have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that
Thank
your
you.
stubborn
I'm sorry.
heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubricker everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty
Hey,
helmets.
waiter!
And
Pour
who
me
is
some
it you want
monastery
to
wine.
fight? Exactly. The merciful King Sigismund
sorry, sir.
providing us with protection.
Orders from
Isn't
above.
he?
This is
Der
unbelievable.
König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap
White's
in
up.
the
Pour
kingdom,
me red
and
wine.
we're supposed to defend it.
Maestro Ederling.
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always
Maestro
confiscate the
Enderlind.
property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar
Monastery
with the
wine
Yemen
here.
state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as
Well,
well.
thank the
Maybe
Lord.
if he waived some of the taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the
Hey,
state of the
waiter!
public bath.
Pour me some monastery wine.
brothels?
Non posso...
Obliged,
Isn't it the
but
same
I'm not
thing?
allowed.
This is unbelievable.
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed
More
up
wine,
from Hupbridge.
Master Bailiff.
Wants to repair the baths that used to be there.
She's a protege of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable, but I don't think she will succeed.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
Certainly, sir. I'll be right back.
Come back with it straight away, understood?
Right. Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great
Allora, andiamo a cercare.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is
Nice. Whose silver might this be?
Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you...
So, did you find it?
I did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
Shut up.
What nonsense! Next, you'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nas's earthly paradise,
Olè.
everything would be free.
Aspetta, facciamo una cosa. Ah, non possiamo
Don't
neanche
put words in
salvare.
my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that
Ah,
pulled off another
quindi non
deed.
possiamo neanche
That's
salvare.
nothing unusual.
Ok.
That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know,
Ne abbiamo ancora per tanto, ragazzi. Io,
Hey, waiter! Pour
He
me
can
some
hate all he
monastery
wants,
wine.
as long as he does no
Mastro
damage.
Procopio. Allora,
What have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I apologize.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident.
Monastery
You were there,
wine.
weren't you?
Here!
That's just a small misunderstanding.
Well,
We sorted it out and everything's settled.
my ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Ruthard, true,
Waiter,
but in this
pour
case
me
it
red wine.
really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Ruthard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what
You
he
there,
wants to
lad.
tell us.
A cup
If
of
nothing
red.
happened, there's
don't
no
you
point in
skimp on it.
dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend.
Well, thank you.
Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes, Ruthard and I had
sì,
a
ma
little
quanto durerà
disagreement, but we ended it
sta riunione qua?
because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Ruthard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts?
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German Menhard. Who knows who that fellow is?
Don't be ridiculous, Forsooker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives in the market.
Vanish, you hear me?
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff. And that's that. There are more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock.
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little while...
All right. I'll get them.
I knew I could count on you. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But... why?
Because I'm bored. And because I told you. Get on with it.
We'll never get anywhere like this.
Allora, andiamo a portare I guanti nella cappella.
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
Figurate. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, quei due li ho contati, allora facciamo, riprendiamo perché qua è un casino. Allora, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16.
So, let's see what you've got for me.
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? Let's see them. And did you count those winged figures?
I counted 16, sir.
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
Oh, I thought you meant only the angels.
Go
Dai, ha
back to
contato
serving
tutto.
wine, blockhead.
Ma dai, ha assorbito tutto. Vaffanculo.
They are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to mock a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Waiter!
Haven't you noticed?
Pour me
there's a
some
war
monastery
going
wine.
on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you?
You, lad!
And what would that
You
be?
look familiar
Like,
to me.
for instance,
Have we
that
met?
you'd like to
Well,
have
naturally.
your own altar there?
I go to your
So
tavern
what if
almost
I
every
would?
day.
Hold
Really?
your horses, gentlemen.
Then you
That
must have
space in
decent
the side
wages
gate
to
is
be able
mine.
to visit the best
Hell
tavern in
freezes
town
over, my
regularly.
friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my
I'd like
seat
some
for
white.
the services our guild provided.
Allora,
and
un
still
po' di
provide
bianco.
to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by
Sir?
the bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards
Sì, ma ne abbiamo ancora per tanto?
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Hey, boy, a full cup of monastery wine.
So?
Thank you, waiter.
Ah, meno male. 2 palle.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Ruthard.
Harry, spostati da lì. Torna al tuo posto. Harry, non fare minchiate. Versagli da bere. Vuole il vino? Vai, vai, vai. Ma perché non possiamo controllarlo noi? È così pirla, questo chissà che cazzo fa. È capace di buttarglielo addosso? Dai Harry, non fare il timido, versaci da bere. Harry, non guardate in giro. Cucù. Versagli il vino.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this plan of fights!
Ecco, è incazzatissimo. La fortezza di Rabbosor. Che succede? Ah, dove c'è Capon. Cioè, noi siamo là che lavoriamo, no? Lui è lì tranquillo, mangia, beve, di qua, di là.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
The great Baron Brabant. He's got more fairy tales than my old...
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabberman. Besides, he defended... If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with...
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say?
No, mando un po' avanti perché, mamma mia, sono lunghissimi qua i discorsi.
That in my case. Wine, women...
What do you plan to do now, Ura?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning.
Have you
I'll leave that to the older and wiser.
Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself.
Indeed you should. After all...
Oh, don't start with that.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually...
Incontriamo Rabbino.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians. I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here.
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell, and we are both a little on... I'm Yehuda, leader of the... And this is...
Who would rather not be here at all? Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not...
Because we all need to... And why would they not stay?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to... The situation in the town and the king... You have men and weapons. We have...
Why are you telling this to a Cameriere? You wanted to deliver what...
Everything in good times.
Did you come to lend money to the Lord?
Not to lend, but to give.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money...
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzig Copula?
You know each other. You're both around
Esatto, Henry è famoso dappertutto perché c'ha una spiga addosso.
We did not get off to a very good start.
Henry's done a few things I'd like to give him a slap or two for. But like they say, to err is human. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say?
Esatto.
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most. And that is why Samuel is in this world.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't
Tutti che è fratello di Henry.
Ma raised me on her own.
And that was...
Why? You should have taken care...
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, at least none of his own, he took in Henry and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Henry's real father.
I don't care if you took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him. Just...
A person can't choose their parents.
Enough. I'd rather have it...
Il fratellino di Henry.
There will be more...
Good health.
L'chaim.
Adesso?
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. I am a warrior, a traveler.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. How did you end up in...
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was... And only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate...
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère.
Invece sì.
You're quite mistaken.
Ah, this Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children. Do tell me about it. No doubt you fought.
My last big battle was in...
I've heard of this battle.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me.
Then, what are you doing here?
The law... You say you're a poet? How about a verse or...
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? I think not. To recite, I require the prop...
Where have you been on your travels?
But of course! If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled, and if you are interested in my greatest deed, then...
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in...
How come almost no...
I am operating, as they say. My great benefit is my strong connection there. Everyone knows my name. Here in...
Moi.
Dear
Oh.
friends and allies,
Il doppia
in
faccia.
these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary. And here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Ecco. Adesso si incazzano tutti.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
Sì, infatti, mettersi
I would
d'accordo
have
tutti.
expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
Di che si tratta?
Depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources.
He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge.
Tutta una roba da
If we
doppi
find
giochisti.
support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome. Because...
Why me?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. There aren't many like you.
Tell me a bit more about...
Certainly.
Botchek of Kunststadt.
That's just the thing. He's got massive... He doesn't play the big game. Because he always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his...
Alder the Alderman.
He still is. The only one who retained his position, only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Gutenberg. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guild.
Anna of Waldstein.
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you...
I was quite surprised to see her here.
A male affair? So Anna is holding back and behaving like an exempt... But don't trust appearances. She's got claws.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth, and that it was thanks to her that...
Ok.
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both.
Success to our...
Andiamo da sti tipi, allora. Partiamo subito con la signorina.
Noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Job's plan has some gaps.
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford?
Christ!
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money. And although, between the two of us, it...
Hit the nail on the head again,
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides...
The wine here is average. The cooks lack him. So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And what...
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to...
Then I'd be helpful to you on 2 If you want me to support you, you must give me a good...
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has...
Who's that?
Haman Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him...
Have you fallen out with the time?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. They're disappointed that I dared outlive, and the fact that I'm handling his estates.
And these papers...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts, but...
You were dealing with the enemy?
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear.
I'm supposed to...
Haman Alder was given the documents. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them.
D'accordo.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he let bring them to me. But watch yourself. Odorin's group.
Allora, andiamo fuori da sto stagliere. Adesso dobbiamo scendere da qua. Guarda che c'era la porta lì, che giro abbiamo fatto noi?
God bless.
Aren't you a bit bored?
What's your problem? The horses are fed and watered?
God forbid. But standing around...
Not really.
Shall we roll?
Well, I'll wait at the table.
Allora,
I just need to get something from the shed. You know what? Take this here.
And what's
not a sot?
allora, la bisaccia, scambia i documenti. Adesso ritorniamo su. Mamma mia, dobbiamo fare Mission Impossible. Allora, dov'è la signorina? Eccola qua.
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet. You don't have to announce it to everyone.
Sì, infatti, parla piano, tutta la fatica che abbiamo
With all
fatto.
the clout, here they are.
You're more capable.
You're welcome.
As agreed. I will support.
Thank you, noble.
Yes, quite.
Baby.
And to the success of.
Forza di bere, ti ubriachi malamente. Allora, dopo chi dobbiamo beccare? No, tu non conti un cazzo. Mahal, questo qua.
I'd like to check your horses out. See if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. But you want...
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them.
Well.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home.
I want to have a word with...
Well, I'm having...
I apologize
for interrupting our conversation?
Is that your...
Unfortunately.
I came with a delegation from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Why so strict?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky... I got him a place at the Archbishopric. Only it wasn't long before they... And then, I find out but he took his boozing and whoring along with him.
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer court.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after...
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest.
How dare...
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other.
Dishonoring your...
I can't dishonor someone who has no...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
We've never met, and we have no cause to be enemies. Take back your challenge, and we'll sort things out peacefully.
You've got no other option. You insulted Father's honor.
Gentlemen, sure, I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin.
Out of the question. And he's got plenty to learn from Christopher.
Why, you want satisfaction? You'll get nothing but shame. Suit yourself, then. We'll fight.
After you.
Well, that's...
Shouldn't we rather...
No. Christopher...
Make room for us.
Salva.
A very private matter. It's... Honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
Stand firm! Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse!
Enough!
I've been waiting for you.
Adesso sei a posto?
Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. But you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war. Right up, and you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father...
Aye. Well...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down.
Not
No, è sempre stato così.
When I was 6 years old, I fell off. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because...
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days and...
Only 3 days?
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled, but now...
And that's why you want to talk...
I've got to get him on our side and to cooperate with us.
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that.
After your encounter... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure.
Vabbè.
It's a nice idea, but we can't...
Only no one's going to pay for one.
Because Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund.
I expect Alder's not...
You got that?
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Hard isn't...
You're...
Hey, what about the dice game?
Ole.
I've been waiting around like a fence post.
Non ho
Somehow
più
I'm no
voglia.
longer in the mood for it.
That makes two of us.
Adesso andiamo a parlare con l'altro. Mamma mia. Bene, sono andato, non abbiamo bevuto.
Mind where you're going.
Spostati. Prego, signorina. Lui no. E lui?
Sir Kunzlan, I haven't yet had the pleasure.
You're Godwin, aren't you?
Oh dear.
Have no fear. I know Martin well.
I expect...
Why wouldn't I? She's joined...
I hope she doesn't feel unwelcome here.
To her own relatives, certainly. And I cared for him devotedly till the day he died.
So it's not true what they say?
Vile slander. People just can't forgive her for coming into...
Will you support...
That depends on what it is.
Do you think we should look for help somewhere else?
I came here for one reason alone. If the Ops doesn't lay one out before me...
What do you think of the rabbi's offer? There could...
Or nothing. To be honest...
He said he was interested in an alliance.
Aye, but still he must be aware that whatever...
So you don't...
And isn't it natural? It's not. They live in our city. God be with you.
Look out!
Lo troviamo giusto, tipo.
Jesus Christ be praised. He was dangerous
dangerously clever and as slippery as a bag of eels.
Even though Jobst is right, I'm in favor of decisive action. We can no longer afford to wait.
Con chi dobbiamo parlare? Bostek.
As if I didn't have enough on my plate already.
Non più trovarlo sto Bostek. Guardie, nobile che beve. Qua c'è Vaclin, Christopher, nobile. Qua non c'è. Palle. Guardia. Qua ci sono solo guardie. La serva. Anush. Questo no.
Nice out. Greetings.
Nobile. Forse di qua. Oh, trovato. Oh, yeah.
Sir Bojack, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Jobst comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me
Questo è già
over.
incassato.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men at arms? If not, you can...
A few thousand men at arms as a convincing only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but...
Altri ci forneranno denaro.
Don't worry, it's not just your money I want to draw on.
Really? Name at least one...
Anna of Volstein.
Truly? Well,
I wouldn't mention the word...
All right. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after. I can't risk it all in a conflict.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly...
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable group.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would...
I believe Licht...
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund.
Oh, quindi lo ingabbiamo così impara a rompere le palle.
He may be young. He's got battle experience. And when he...
If he gets it. Right now, Hunnish lords over that. On the other hand, the lords of Leipa have a good rep. Maybe it's not...
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon.
I don't care what the young lord thinks. If he agrees, I'll be happy to...
Pushing a friend.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice.
Bene, gli abbiamo trovato la ragazza. Mamma mia. Allora. Adesso dov'è qua? State rincoglionito.
Tell you anything?
Even look at it. Just told me to bugger off. Women, score. Happy.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
Il giovane Ser Capo... No, ha
I've
procurato un
gained
alleato,
us
dai.
a powerful ally.
And who is it? I hope it's not one of those Kuttenberg...
On the contrary, it
could start. But how the hell did you...
C'è un inghippo.
Well, there's one little catch.
Out with it.
Lord Kunstad has a niece, so I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon? Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstad's
Sembra felice.
niece. If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa.
Oh, forget it. Soon I'll put a word to Hans. I want to tell him my...
Ma sì, alla salute. Olè. Vabbè. Adesso dobbiamo ritornare indietro, diglielo. Nimeria, c'è anche il cane che abbaia, è contenta.
Sabocek, your niece Yivka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed?
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the...
Thank you.
Enough formality.
Ma sì, beviamo.
And the unhappy Lord.
Here's to a good...
Adesso dobbiamo ritornare su. Mannaggia la pupazza. Adesso dov'era quest'altro qua rimbambito? L'avevo visto prima qua.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the success.
Is this supposed to be your secret?
Like I said, miracles. Tell me, Godwin of the House of...
I bring nothing from the House of Odoran. But the wood...
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed.
Ecco, adesso diglielo te quello lì.
I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians. Our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
Olè, brinda, brinda!
Yitka will take young
Festeggia, Ser Capo!
as her husband.
Vai! Festeggia, festeggia! In che rogna che l'abbiamo messo. Ecco, adesso sviene. Caro, mi dispiace.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out
Ma
immediately.
tutti dobbiamo fare il nostro, quindi.
God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
A post. Adesso dovremmo andare a beccarci il mega cazziatone qua da... Ma non farò una minchiata a questo sarcapo un minimo, guarda, 100-100 che se ne scappa. Dovremmo andare a cercarlo ancora. Oh, siamo ritornati a Henry.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
Perché non sei il vero re?
Sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere. Point them to the Jewish quarter and give them free rein. To do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
Dovremmo andare a sistemare sti bestioni.
Even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share.
Dovremmo andarci noi a sistemare sti bestioni.
Manage that, couldn't you?
Minimo.
And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylanders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way.
C'è il polso di ferro.
Beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Margaret, was I not perhaps too harsh on
Ci mettiamo qua, prendiamo il vino.
Speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh. Rightfully so.
Vediamo che vino vuole. Cosa mi guardi te? Sono il cameriere, uè, abbasso lo sguardo.
Suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm.
E che vino gli do?
Pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries?
Tu, vuoi da bere? No?
They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas reign brought to us.
Beh, in effetti è un po' un alcolizzato quel Veneslao là. Questo è un po' un esagitato, c'è proprio una via di mezzo. Ma se noi prendiamo la fiocina e gliela inficciniamo negli occhi?
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful.
Sì, infatti è un po' pirla, bisognerebbe migliorare un po'.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat more seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health.
Tu non bevi?
And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
Posto?
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Alderin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosch will be yours.
After all, Otto has already got knowledge.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
Ci aspetta una bella battaglia allora.
For the king, red wine.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
No, vuole bianco.
Bush falls. Others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
Need be. We could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast. It's the wrong...
Beh, se mi facevano buttare un po' di veleno.
To bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
Adesso farò una minchiata assurda, Harry, vuoi scommettere?
So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Vabbè, dobbiamo brindare. Questi qua sono quello che festeggiano. Ecco, adesso cosa sta succedendo? Un bordello succederà al minimo. 100-100.
Strukturen mater sind Peter gravida.
Yet another impoverished nobleman.
Break through their lines and...
How would you like a wine, Shiva?
The art of winemaking. Recipes are passed on. I myself was Pret, even the French. The king himself.
I expect his lordship.
Best, this wine would perhaps be...
Begging to be eaten. I couldn't resist either. The sausage.
Sono tutti ubriachi persi qua. Bevete, bevete, e adesso arriverà una mega minchiata assurda.
It's more suited for a ride in the woods or a hunt. No use at all.
Having a good time? There's a fucking... Well, what are you missing? There's... Don't you... I forgot. Only the young... Leave it out. No, they wouldn't have to force me.
Greetings, dear.
But I'd rather run my own affairs.
I understand. Let's at least...
How come you're still here, sir?
All hail Jobst. He sorted things out, but you know how I explained to the Margrave that I'm not going... I'm too old.
Did you at least...
Nothing to discuss. The wedding, it's the pride of our family. We can fit it...
I'd bet my right up...
What? In Ratai?
Deal with him yourself, though.
Have you ever thought about getting married?
Niente, adesso dobbiamo ritornare a parlare con Liechtenstein. Che è ubriaco perso.
I'd like to drink a toast. So, to touching. Come now.
I never had...
Truly.
Well, maybe once. The old...
See now.
Only there's...
Fuck! I've got a tongue like...
Well,
his lordship is so
To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all evening and left the rest of us to drink cheap.
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt.
What does it matter? We reached an agreement. Time to raise an army. Until then...
I thought your Alishka was brown-haired, though. The roast was calling out to me, begging to be eaten.
And I'm telling you, we won't get rid of him that easily. Everyone's being too hopeful.
Una caraffa di vino.
God be with you, my friend. Good day.
Chi è stato? Che ha scagreggiato. Signorina, cosa vuole che le dica?
Everybody likes a drop of white.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir!
Ecco, sapevo io che andava a finire male.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Chiudi! Non sono amici.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Non sono amici. Ma è possibile che sono così scemi questi?
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Vabbè.
Kill the rest!
Sì, dove andiamo noi che siamo ubriachi persi?
Just arrived in Christmas. Can't make it on his own.
What an oath! Oh, for fuck's sake!
Got him!
Ready? Leave! Stand for! One step back! Stand your ground!
You let it on nicely. Oh, you're awful.
Sbagliato.
That won't work on me! Show your stuff!
Show what you're made of. Hey, that's right. Drive those horses.
Cacchio! Vabbè. Non si curava. Cioè, non si riparava né niente. Era lì che le guardava e basta. No, vabbè, ma adesso mi sa che è andata un po' troppo per le lunghe qua. Vediamo di riuscire a fare qualcosino qua, altrimenti riprendiamo la prossima volta. Ah, che stress. Non so neanche se fa il colpo da maestro.
Jesus! You're surrounding Christopher. He can't make it on his own.
Don't go there! Leave the ball!
Step back. Stand your ground.
Come on, scum! Useless!
No, you don't.
Never saw that.
You won't be able to take another one like that.
Ehi là. Adesso minimo ci farà correre lì, senza divisa, senza niente. Come gli stronzi come al solito.
No. I can't leave now.
Ho sbagliato strada un attimo. E dai, corri! Mamma mia, che cos'è? Non corro sto cavallo. Scendi.
Fuck is that?
Damn! I'm bleeding!
We underestimated him.
You won't get me!
Fuck you!
Too slow!
Sucker!
What now, fucker?
Dai, vieni qua anche te.
Slow!
And you'll get another right away.
No, ma prendi tutte in faccia, prendi le R. Tanto ti diverti a beccarle tutte in faccia. Mamma mia.
Done here, Horson.
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Did my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
Adesso ci rivendicheremo.
Where did they go? Back to Ratoi?
They've got to raise an army for us.
So we have a plan to counter...
But, as you can see, our ally...
Oh, God, be so kind.
What happened?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she...
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong...
And they almost killed my brother. But only almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I got there in time to help. Christopher tried to defend her father.
Old grievances aside, Odorin...
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Bot will have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even...
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you.
You knew he was...
He wanted Odorin. He probably...
I bet he couldn't believe...
And Sigismund will be moved... We have to be really careful.
You want to give up?
Nobody said anything. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his...
If I survive the journey... Oh, God.
The king announced one more thing at the council. That is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his...
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall.
They're our allies.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is... Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi.
Anyway, we've got work.
Give me a moment.
Scusate. Vabbè, allora. Intanto salviamo qua perché... ci becchiamo dopo. Qua c'è qualcosa da saccheggiare? Se ciugliamo i soldi, ci dicono su. È nobile, c'è il piffero di soldi, c'è un piffero di soldati. Intanto racimoliamo un po' di soldini. Ah, quanti soldi che c'hanno.
Yes. The best thing we can do is to keep doing our work. What if the old lord doesn't come back? Then we'll have a young one. He's not a little boy anymore. Soon he'll get married and have a bunch of children.
We can only hope. Good doggy. Good boy.
Poverina, anche la signorina qua.
Jesus Christ.
Questo?
Handsome, young, dirty.
Intanto raccogliamo un po' di soldi. Vediamo di fare un livellino, se riusciamo a farlo, certo. Allora... Guerrafondaio, il tema... Beh, possiamo fare sia guerrafondaio che pacifista. Beh, va bene ragazzi, noi adesso ci salutiamo qua, ritorniamo qua, riprenderemo dove ci siamo fermati qua, vediamo, è impossibile, non c'è tempo da perdere, vabbè, riprendiamo dopo. E la prossima volta faremo quello che dobbiamo fare. Mamma mia, che bordello che è successo. E niente, mi raccomando, lasciate like, un commentino, seguitemi su Twitch, YouTube, Luchino Pennellino 82 e buona serata a tutti, ciao!